Hey everyone, Ethan Foster here. I know it's been a really long time since I have done a live, uploaded anything on here. Just know I am doing a new show with Sean McCraney and Steve Utley called Christian Anarchy Today. Link in the description. We basically have a free, open-end discussion about politics, religion, things like that, and it's a lot of fun. I think you guys would get something really good out of it. Plus, it's a lot better graphics than this YouTube video, so go check that out. Make sure you go check out our podcast. You can find it just about on any podcasting platform you can think of. Common Sense Christianity, and I think that's it. Oh, also follow us at Common Sense Christianity on Instagram. I just pulled up the verse of the day. It comes from Hebrews 11:13. And these people were still living by faith when they died. They did not receive the things promised. They only saw them and welcomed them from a distance. And they admitted that they were aliens and strangers on earth. That is Hebrews 11:13. I just wanted to talk for a bit about this how chaotic the world is right now. And I know I speak to it quite often, but I think it is of great importance to talk about, especially with the presidential election being over now, with COVID cases rapidly on the rise, especially here in my state, Utah. It's getting wild out there, and it can become easy to be discouraged, to become hopeless, to become impatient with the way things are going, or frustrated. I know I've just felt it right now. I've had several friends get COVID-19. No one really hurt from it. It's annoying to have. Hundreds of people at my school are quarantined. We just shut down for 2 weeks, and I'm stuck here doing this show and then doing online school. And it can be mentally draining over long periods of time. We have to remember that there's always hope. There's always something better on the other side. We have to look back through the realms of history, say, well, what happened to them? What did they do to get through this? And how can we apply those lessons to our life? How can we apply those lessons to help us better get through this pandemic, or through the financial difficulty, or if you're disappointed with how the election went, or if you're happy with how the election went? Even then, your life is still not better than it was 2 weeks ago. So how do we get through this? Especially in the Old Testament, the Bible and the Israelites went through a lot of stuff, a lot of lessons. Even if you're an atheist or someone that's not a Christian or Jewish, I think you can derive a lot of lessons from them. I discussed this on my private Instagram account a few days ago, and I'm going to try and find it really quickly. And God was speaking to Jeremiah in this verse, and specifically to the Israelites, in Jeremiah 29:11. So it's not necessarily meant for us, but I think it speaks to the lesson we can derive from this. So Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you future and hope. In those days, when you pray, I will listen. If you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me. I will be found by you, says the Lord. I will end your captivity and restore your fortunes. I will gather you out of the nations where I sent you and bring you home again to your own land." Jeremiah 29:11. Now again, this wasn't specifically meant for us. It was meant for the Jews that were about to enter captivity in Babylon. But think of how the Jews felt there. They had no idea when this was going to end. They were tortured. Their temple was about to be destroyed. They were about to be snatched from their homeland. And the good Lord says to the prophet Jeremiah, "For I know the plans I have for you." And they're not plans to harm you, but to make you prosper. In the end, these things will work out, and the picture will become clearer. We will understand why these things happened. Or maybe we don't understand, but we have the faith that over time, over the next 50, 100, 1,000 years, the events that happen now in our time will set a chain reaction for the good and glory of God later on. These are the things we must realize here today. And whether it's 2 weeks from now or a year from now, whether things start getting better, we must realize that one, it's eventually going to end, and two, there is always hope in times of despair, in times of desperation. We have to remember that. And if we remember that, then things will be just a slight bit less miserable for us in the mental cycle of reality. Guys, make sure you check out Christian Anarchy today. You can find it on the Heart of the Matter YouTube channel. I'll put it in the description below. Fantastic show. Write a comment on there. And also, if you have any questions for me, go ahead and write a comment below. We're going to try and do these more often. School is really busy. But now that I'm doing online school, hopefully I will have more time. And we will see you next time here on Common Sense Christianity.